Okay, here we are again on Joe Capo's 2003 Volvo S60. Today he happens to hear some power steering noises. We verified he has a leak here right at the power steering pump. Also, if you look over here where the reservoir, the two halves meet, it's leaking along that seam. You're going to get some type of buildup there. Another thing, if you go inside the reservoir, there's a suction valve. If you stick your finger inside, you can feel it's loose. It's wobbling around there. So today we're going to replace the reservoir and the hose. What I like to do first, I like to get as much fluid out of the reservoir as possible. I usually use a turkey baster, to be honest. Some people think I'm crazy. I think I'm creative. Anytime I'm working with a system that involves fluid, I always like to discard the fluid and replace it with brand new fluid. Second, what we're going to want to do is take off the clamp. These clamps can be a little stubborn sometimes. Let's go ahead and take that off. Always replace your clamps. This car has about 120,000 miles on it. This hose is going to be somewhat tight. Just get some channel locks very lightly. Just kind of break it free from its seal. You can see now how that hose is rotating freely. Next step, get some hose pinch off pliers. Pinch off that hose and also the pressure hose. This hose is going to be carrying a lot of fluid. There's still going to be some in there, so what I like to do is go over it twice. 2 sets of pliers. Your alternator is going to be right underneath this power steering pump. You always want to try to refrain from getting any type of fluid in your alternator. So I always like to place a rag right underneath that. Next, you're going to get your clamp. Make sure the hose is free. This is going to be another stubborn part. This clip sometimes has a tendency to be stuck on there. Also, the two halves between the power steering reservoir and the coolant reservoir, as you can see, they're very close together. Sometimes they will bind up, so I'll show you how to get that off. Go right underneath the clip. Pry up a little bit. You're going to have to work it. If you're lucky, it's going to pop off just like that. Disconnect your hose from the reservoir. Put that off to the side. Before I take that reservoir off, I always like to have the new one ready. The reservoir and the hose come separate, you have to put them together. We're going to use a genuine Volvo reservoir in this case. Just tear the bag apart. Comes these nice handy red caps. What you could do at this point, you're going to be moving this reservoir around. Just put it right in the old reservoir. It's going to prevent any fluid from spilling out that port. We have the suction hose from ProPark Sweden. You can also find that on our website. This hose typically, it's going to sit just like this. So you're going to want to match up the hose exactly perfectly like that. Make it easy to put the clamp on. I like to position it that way. Go straight on. You don't have to use any type of glue or anything. Tighten it up. You want to put this clamp on, get it all ready to go. If you come over here, you can see, if you come over this way and you position the clamp exactly how it is, you're going to have easy access to tighten it. So make sure you position it that way. Alright, so go ahead and loosen. When you take it off, as soon as it pops off, take your finger, plug the hole. Lift the whole unit off. Discard it. At this point you can take pinch off pliers. Open up the cap. Drain all that fluid out. Take your new hose. right over top there. Leave that loose. You know this is tight. Now go ahead and position it in place. Now since the hose clamp is in that position, it's very easy to access, very easy to tighten. Go on and make sure it's pushed down all the way. Bend your bracket back. The hose is tight, secure, it's not going to go anywhere. That snap right back in. Make sure you always take the rag out. Don't forget to fill your power steering reservoir up. It's fresh new fluid. All right guys, that about wraps it up. Just make sure your fluid level is topped off. Start the car, turn the wheel side to side, check your level one more time, take it for a test drive, make sure the level's good, and that wraps it up. Any other questions, give us a call, 877-634-0063, and please visit our YouTube channel. Thanks guys.